Most traders fail, and it has nothing to do with their trading strategy. Prop firms figured this out years ago, and that's why they pay me tens of thousands of dollars to rewire their traders' psychology. Because then fear disappears, they finally stick to their trading plan, they scale up without blowing up, and their payouts double. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what they paid me to teach so you can break through the barriers holding you back. Now, before we get into it, I want you to comment your biggest trading psychology issue below. I want to offer you some insights. Now, I'm making this video on the assumption that you already have a proven mechanical trading plan, meaning you have a proven edge, a trading strategy that you know works, and you're clear on your entry, your exit, and your risk management. You've back tested the markets and you're certain that there's data to support that this trading strategy works. You're also aware of the drawbacks of your strategy and in what market conditions your strategy doesn't work, and you've planned and prepared for those dry periods in the market. You've planned contingencies for them. So before we get into the psychology component, I want to make it clear that the first step is having a proven strategy, a mechanical trading plan that you know has an edge. And then it's critical to be able to master your psychology so you can stick to your trading plan and so you can consistently execute your edge over a large sample space. So if you're coming into this video a little bit premature and you don't already have that, make sure you start by firstly identifying or creating an edge and then putting it into a mechanical trading plan, because it's the consistent execution of this edge that's ultimately going to make you money. But many traders who come into prop firms, they have an edge, they have a trading strategy, but they haven't mastered their psychology, so they can't stick to their trading strategy over a long period of time. Fear and greed interferes the consistent sticking to their trading plan. And then when they scale up, there's more pressure, there's greater greeds, there's greater fears, and there's a greater probability of them deviating from their trading plan because of the perception of more capital and the perception of being able to make more money from their trading. So mastering your trading psychology is important on smaller accounts, but it becomes more and more important the more and more capital you start to trade. And this is why prop firms love to bring me in, to ensure that their traders master their psychology and they can sustain their trading results at even more capital. So once you have that, you can move on to step number 2. Now, every single one of your trading problems is a symptom of this root cause. I'm going to show you how you can resolve every single one of your trading psychology issues with one principle. This is FOMO. This is overtrading. This is revenge trading. This is over-risking, deviating from your trading plan. All these challenges will be resolved with this one particular principle. And it's the principle of differentiating between outcome-based thinking and process-based thinking. Many traders who come into prop firms are stuck in what I call outcome-based thinking, meaning they're making decisions as a trader based on what they think the outcome of a trade is going to be. So if they think the outcome of an individual trade is going to be positive or pleasurable or profitable, or it's going to help them get a new funded account or make profit or pay rent or help them get a new car or a new watch or whatever it may be, if they think the outcome of that trade is going to be positive, they're trading that trade. They're making decisions based on what they think the outcome is going to be. Whereas what I've observed in the top 1% of traders, those who are trading 7 figures, those who are trading full-time, those who are consistently pulling money out of the markets, they've learned to transcend to a higher level of thinking, which is called process-based thinking, meaning they're not making decisions based on what they think the outcome of an individual trade is going to be. They're making decisions based on what their trading strategy, their proven mechanical trading plan, and their edge shows to be the most profitable decision on this particular trade. If the market meets all their criteria, they take it. If the market doesn't, they sit on their hands. Now, although this may seem like a simple principle, when we talk about actually implementing it, there are greater complexities and there are very specific processes that you have to follow to ensure that you can reap the rewards of this particular principle, which I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Now, whenever you're caught in outcome-based thinking, you in your mind, consciously or even quietly, subconsciously at the back of your mind, you're seeking after some sort of pleasure or some sort of positive outcome, whether this is a certain dollar amount, a certain percentage, or something you've attached to that dollar amount or that percentage, like a new funded account, status in your community, the ability to pay rent, some sort of positive outcome. And what we do in our own mind, we create this fantasy about what we think this individual trade is going to give us. And we attach it to the outcome of that individual trade. And we say in our mind that this individual trade is going to give us something. Now, by law of contrast in the human psychology, the more pleasure we associate to the win and that so-called pleasurable outcome in our mind, then by law of contrast, we are automatically and simultaneously associating negative and pain to the opposite outcome. Meaning that if we take a loss on the trade, we're expecting a win, and that win to bring us all this pleasure, then if we're going to take an inevitable loss eventually on one of those trades, we're going to have a lot of pain. By contrast, because we not only lose that dollar amount or that percentage that we've lost in that individual trade, but we also lose all the positive associations that we've associated onto that trade before taking that trade. Now, on top of this, if we want to go deeper, the moment we think there's a positive outcome to an individual trade, guess what happens? We now fear missing out on that positive outcome. So we introduce FOMO into our trading, and we start to deviate from our trading plan, and we start to get in early, or we start to create our own narrative in our mind about what we think the market's going to give us. And in that moment, we're so clouded by emotion and our own narrative that we start to overtrade and think there are opportunities there when objectively there aren't any opportunities there. We've just created this narrative in our own mind because we're so attached to a certain outcome that we're using the market as a way to justify that we can have that fantasy right now. So whenever we get caught in outcome-based thinking, we have a whole host of problems because we're run by the animal part of our brain, the amygdala, that wants to seek after pleasure and has confirmation bias to only let in information to support its own belief and its bias in that moment. And then we create our own narrative in our own mind that's so disconnected from the reality of what's happening in the market that we start to have all these issues like overtrading, forcing low-quality setups into the market, deviating from our true edge, revenge trading when we don't think we get what we want, and we have this anger and aggression towards the market because it didn't meet our expectations. So we feel like we have to come back into the market and make more and make it even for the day. So all these issues we have as a trader, I guarantee you, are as a result of being caught in outcome-based thinking. And I'm going to show you how to get out of outcome-based thinking to process-based thinking in this video. So whenever we create in our own mind an outcome of what we think is going to happen on that individual trade, we now have greed over it. And if we do take a win by chance on that individual trade, guess what happens? We puff ourselves up and we start to feel proud and we start to feel invincible. We think that we can start predicting what's going to happen in the market. And any trader who's been trading long enough knows that if we puff ourselves up and we think that we can predict what's going to happen next and we force ideas onto the market, we only inevitably get humbled because the market's never wrong. So whenever we force ideas thinking the market's going to give us something that the market isn't willing to give us, we're going to take loss after loss after loss after loss. And we're going to be angry at the market, not because the market did anything wrong to us, but because the market didn't align with our own expectation we're imposing on the market. That's not the market, that's us. So it's the attachment and the creation of this narrative in our own mind, in this fantasy land in our own mind, thinking we're going to get a positive outcome on an individual trade that creates pride and greed and overconfidence and this feeling of invincibility and this narcissistic projection of low quality setups onto the market. And it is also the attachment to this that creates the pain of losing, the fear of losing, the fear of missing out, and painful losses. Because all the painful loss is the loss of all the pleasurable things we've associated to the outcome of the win in our mind. We've associated dopamine and oxytocin to the trade being a win in that moment in our mind. And then when the market's not willing to give us that, not because the market's wrong or the market's bad, it's because of our own unrealistic expectations we're projecting onto the market. Then if we don't get what we've associated dopamine to, then we have substance P and enkephalins released in our brain. We have this painful experience. And then because of that painful experience, we don't want to relive that pain. So we now introduce fear into our trading on the next trades. So every single one of our trading problems are a symptom of being in outcome-based thinking. And I could just go on and continue to explain how your trading problems are as a result of outcome-based thinking, but I think you get the point. Now, this is on an individual trade. Remember, there are millions, if not billions of factors influencing price in the market at any point in time. All the financial market is at any point in time is it's taking an asset, having a look at the supply versus the demand, and it's pricing it in depending on those factors. And there are millions, if not billions of factors that influence supply and demand of a particular product or an asset. It could be a political factor, it could be tariffs, it could be the level of scarcity of that particular asset, it could be GDP of a particular country or how much exporting that country is doing based on how well those companies within that country are performing, based on individual consumer habits in that country. So there are millions of factors influencing the price of any individual asset at any point in time. And then us as traders think we can come into the market market and predict exactly what's going to happen on the individual trade. And that's an assumption that we know what all those factors are and how all those factors are influencing supply and demand and how the market's pricing in based on supply and demand. And then when you realize that there are millions of other participants in the market all projecting their own expectations into the market, all wanting something from the market that's probably completely different to what you want, but then you realize you don't need to expect anything from the market on the individual trade. Because if you find your edge and you have a proven mechanical trading plan based on a large sample space of data, you can actually drop the expectations and drop the pressure of thinking you need to know what's going to happen on this individual trade and try and predict it profitably every single trade. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is think about, what does your trading plan say? Does the market currently align with my trading plan? If it does, I'm going to take this trade. Irrespective of what the outcome is, I'm going to take this trade because I know if I stick to my trading plan over 1,000 trades, I'm going to end up profitable. And this is when you start making the shift from outcome-based thinking, which is thinking based on what you think the outcome is going to be, to process-based thinking, which is, I don't care about the outcome. The outcome's irrelevant. I know I made the correct decision on this individual trade because I stuck to my proven trading plan. I stuck to my edge. I know if I do that over a large sample space, I'm going to approximate my edge because that's what previous data shows. And based on laws of self-fulfilling prophecy in the market, that if I do it over a large enough sample space, I'm going to approximate that outcome. So nobody knows what the outcome is going to be on the individual trade. You don't need to know to be profitable. You just need to have an edge in a mechanical trading plan, and you need to adhere to that mechanical trading plan. You need to broaden your perspective from the outcome of the individual trade, being addicted to an individual win, and you need to start thinking in terms of a larger sample space. Instead of one trade, put in context of 10 trades or 100 trades or even 1,000 trades. The more trades you can see, the broader your perspective, the less emotional you're going to be on that one trade. Because guess what happens? You realize that this one individual win may actually be making up for future losses or compensating for past losses. Or this one individual loss right now may be making up for past wins or future wins to bring me back to my monthly and yearly average, my true edge. So there's no point getting depressed over this one individual loss because I know over the larger sample space, I'm going to approximate my edge anyway. And let's imagine you have your edge, which is the true return. Sometimes you go over that edge, an exaggerated price. Sometimes you go below that edge, a minimized price. But then when you're over, you're going to have some losses to bring yourself back to your true edge, the mean. And then when you're below, you're going to have a win to bring you back to the true edge, which is the win, which is the mean. So to get elated over an individual win and to get depressed over an individual loss is foolish because you just need to broaden your perspective and you'll realize that the wins and losses are just bringing you back to your true average edge, which is the result you're going to get at the end of the month or end of the year. So traders, the way you go from outcome-based thinking to process-based thinking and make this transition and stop getting so zoomed in on this one individual win, you realize there's a larger sample space. And by the way, this is what we call a false win. Thinking that you're profitable because you took one individual win on an individual trade is a false sense of winning. And it's being addicted to that that's going to stop you from having consistent profitability. What's going to allow you to have consistent profitability is true winning, which is process-based thinking. True win is sticking to your trading plan irrespective of the outcome. Because if you do that over a large sample space, then you approximate your true edge, which will make you profitable over that large sample space. So the way you transition from outcome-based thinking to process-based thinking is by following a very simple process, which I've outlined and put into the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset tool, new and improved tool, which is completely free. If you don't already have that tool, make sure you go into the description and you download that right now and you start using it before every trade. What that tool is going to guide you through is a step-by-step process that I created to help traders and prop firms and to help my clients and my students break out of outcome-based thinking and go to process-based thinking. What that tool is going to get you to do is it's going to get you to identify and write down every single one of the expectations you have on the outcome of an individual trade. All these positive things you think you're going to get from the trade. It gets you to write them down. And then it takes you through a questioning process to remind you of the realities of the market and the millions of factors influencing price. And it really humbles you and grounds you in that moment. And it helps you remove these unrealistic expectations before you trade. And then what it does is it aligns you with your trading plan. It asks you a very important question before you take that trade. Does this trade align with your trading plan or not? So it helps you remove these and it helps you get to this, true winning, align with your trading plan. And the positive consequences of using this tool is that when you remove the positive expectations you're expecting on the individual trade, firstly, you can stick to your trading plan and you can have a larger, broader perspective, which allows you to reap consistent profitability over a long period of time. But once you ground this, you also remove this. When you ground the fantasy of winning, you remove the fear of losing. the fear of missing out, the painful losses, the overtrading, the revenge trading. These aren't there anymore because the only reason they were there in the first place was because you were attached to this narrative and this story you're creating in your mind about what you thought the market was going to give you that it didn't end up giving you. When you ground that and you align yourself with a trading plan and you go into a trade with a realistic expectation, which is, I don't know what the outcome of this individual trade is going to be. I don't care what the outcome of this individual trade is going to be. I'm just sticking to my trading plan because I know if I do that over a large sample space, I'm going to be profitable. And when you do that, you stabilize yourself as a trader because you now have realistic expectations and now you have consistent profitability because you're consistently sticking to your trading plan. So if you don't already have this tool, please go into the description and download it, completely transform your trading, and it's completely free. Okay, now I want to take this a step further. I want to introduce you to a particular principle that I saw consistent with the best performing traders in these prop firms. These traders were trading 7 figures, high-level 6-figure traders that were getting payouts consistently. They all embodied this mindset in some way, shape, or form. You know, most traders, when they take a win, they get really elated and they get really puffed up and they get really overconfident. But these top traders, what they did was they had a way to humble themselves, ground themselves. They had self-talk which equilibrated them and brought them back to this state of equilibrium. And I ended up teaching this principle to a lot of these traders, and I showed them how they could create a step-by-step protocol after they traded. So instead of getting elated after a win and then getting humbled on the next trade because you're now overconfident speaking down to the market, forcing low-quality setups, I taught them how they could bring themselves back to this state of equilibrium. Because you trade most effectively when your mind is balanced. Because when your mind is balanced, you have your trading plan, you know what your rules are, and if the market presents an opportunity, you execute on it. You're not trying to force ideas down the market, and you're also not fearing the consequences of a loss and not taking trades that are presented to you that are part of your plan, but you're too scared to take a loss. In this state of equilibrium, you've got neither greed nor fear. You're balanced. The market presents an opportunity, you execute. I also showed these traders after they took a loss and they perceived themselves beating themselves up, instead of staying in this state of shame and guilt for taking losses, I showed them how they could lift themselves. And they could use more positive self-talk to bring themselves up. You need negative self-talk to humble you here. You need positive self-talk to lift you here. Both are essential to get you back to this state of equilibrium, which is where you trade most effectively. If you get stuck down here, you introduce fear into your trading. If you get stuck up here, you introduce greed into your trading. If you're fearful, you're not going to take opportunities the market presents to you. If you're greedy, you're going to present and create opportunities that the market's not willing to give you. So you need to equilibrate both of these polarities and get back to this state of balance and equilibrium. That's where you stick to your trading plan. That's where you have the most consistent results. And by the way, if you're implementing the Bulletproof Your Trading Mindset tool before you take a trade, you lower the probability of going into this extreme state of pride after you win, or you go into an extreme state of shame because you're expecting so much from the market and the market wasn't willing to give that to you. If you go in with realistic expectations of process-based thinking, you lower the polarities of going into greed and fear after you win or lose on any given trade. Okay, traders, if you found this useful, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you like. This tells YouTube it's valuable content, it pushes it out more, and it also keeps you up to date with my most recent drop so you don't miss anything. You can stay sharp, you can stay focused in the market, and you can ultimately extract the most amount of profit in your trading. Now, before you click away, make sure you watch this next video that's going to pop up on your screen. That's going to go even more in depth into the psychology and the importance of using the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool.